How y'all doing? Good? Alright. Alright. So, that hurts. Ow, that hurts. We ended up having cheese fries earlier. We made some big old roaster full of them. Oh, that hurts. Damn. You know how you go to like McDonald's, Hardee's, Burger King, whatever? They got them big brown bags that hold fries. Yeah. Uh, just me. Well, anyway, neighbor back here lives on the next avenue over. Brought us four bigs one day. Told us he didn't want them. I don't rem. Maybe he got them at Ruby's Pantry. Well, up in my area, I don't know how big of an area it stretches out, but there's Ruby's Pantry. He goes there every month, and if you give, the way that works is it's a food pantry, but you give them $20, and they'll load up two boxes, bins, whatever, totes, whatever you bring. They'll fill them up for you. He picks out what he wants to keep and gives the rest away to people. Well, we ended up with four bags of fries. Tonight, brother and I decided we're gonna cook them up. Well, one bag up. I tell you, that is raising hell on my stomach. Hurts so bad. We ended up mixing cheese in with it and melting it while it was cooking. The fries were cooking. We melted cheese in with it. It's the worst thing I think I did. It feels like I got kicked right in the abdomen, and it feels like I've got nothing but air in there. It feels like a tornado is ripping right through there. Oh, I tell you, it hurts. Couple things, well, more than a couple things I want to talk about. As some of you know, I'm a bigger guy. Not height wise. I'll just say bigger guy, Short and squatty. I'm short and squatty, all ass, no body. One of them. Some might say small planet. I have my own gravitational pull. It's a joke, son. A joke. Well, anyway. Sometimes to clip my toenails ain't exactly the easiest task. And a while back, with the way beds are nowadays, they're so cheaply made. At least the last two I had, cheaply made. And yet you spend good money on them. Had a queen size bed, which was my last bed. $565 for that thing. Within 4 months, I had to replace it. Pissed me off. If I'm looking around a lot, it's because I'm paranoid. That's not because of drugs either. It's because of the freaking neighbors. It got me damn well paranoid. Sanford and Sons. That's all I'm going to say right now. But anyway, this whole toenail fat issue. I went on eBay and I found out it was sold on eBay, but it was an Amazon purchase. Go figure that one out. I bought it on eBay. Get this, bought it, did my thing, but it came out of an Amazon fulfillment center in North Las Vegas, and it came in an Amazon package and delivered through the post office. Figure that one out. It was eBay, but yet it was an Amazon fulfillment center. That here you go. It's Rotary Detail Carver. You know them spa, when you go to a spa, women get the manicures, pedicures, all that other crap. It's one of them tools that you take and grind your nail down. I'll show you. This is the box it came in. But, here we go. Come on. Here's the tool. That's the plug for the plugging it in. What's up, yo?
I was just gonna mention that if you need me for anything, I'm gonna try to finally get a shower in.
About time.
Yeah, I know.
Need to go down to Whale Wash? I can hose you down.
No, I don't think I need that much space.
I had to go there.
Yeah, I know. Gotta make the fat jokes all you can.
I make enough of them about myself.
Yeah, so why not?
Oh, you know earlier when we got stopped by the cops?
Yeah?
You know how I could have really pissed him off?
How?
Freaking you know them nylon toe straps?
Oh, yeah?
They're the yellow ones?
Yeah.
Next time I go out, I'm going to use this one. Or maybe not next time. Tie it to the freaking trailer hitch of the car, you know? And have it about 4 foot long, 5 foot long. Just enough to where it drags behind the vehicle. But you take freaking corn on the cob, tie the other one up, the other end up to the corn on the cob, and let that thing just drag along the car.
Maybe have 2 or 3 corns.
Yeah, whatever you want. Use as much as you want.
Yep.
Cop pulls you over and goes, "Hey, what's the deal with the nylon rope and the corn on there?" Tell him I'm trolling for pigs and it looks like I got one.
Boom, boom.
Dad taught me that one.
I remember Dad.
He always told me, he says, you want to get pulled over, that's a good way to do it. And when you get pulled over, tell him you're trolling for pigs and it looks like you got one.
And yes, any punishment you get will be worth it.
I'd pay a fine.
Pay a fine, go to jail, whatever happens, you don't care.
Yeah, whichever to me. I know people that'll bail me out of jail. Might take 2 or 3 days, but they'll get me out.
Heck,
They drag their feet getting down there the whole way.
I'd bail you out for that one. Like if I'm lucky,
I do have a story where something similar happened.
Huh?
But that story just outright turned racial.
So basically, we will not be
That run really did turn out racial as all hell.
Ugh.
Well, it didn't help. The guy worked OK Tire, and he was a racist. So a bunch of the co-workers wanted to play a joke on him. The joke they played on him damn near got him thrown in jail.
Oh, dear God.
All because he had a mouth on him that wouldn't quit. And when the cop pulled him over, get this, the guy was a skinhead, right?
Yeah.
It was a black cop that pulled him over.
Locally?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fargo.
Oh, no.
Needless to say, the guy ran his mouth. He ended up in cuffs. If it weren't for his buddy talking the cop down a little bit and talking him out of it, the guy would have been in county jail.
Let me guess. It involved a rope with a noose.
And a certain colored doll that was on the other end of the noose attached to the car.
Oh, my God.
And the co-workers thought it was funny. And that joke damn near got him thrown in jail because he's racist and his mouth was writing checks he couldn't cash.
His ass couldn't back up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Needless to say, the cop wasn't putting up with him.
Like
the cop told him, told him straight up, you either shut up or you're going to jail. Guy kept running his mouth, so he ended up in the back of the squad car.
Yeah,
and he said instead of going to jail, the cop, he said, I got one hell of a citation out of that deal.
I would have let the guy go to jail.
Yes, makes 2 of us.
Yeah.
I would have been like, you know my big thing?
Huh.
I don't vouch for a frickin' person. I don't even vouch for myself.
They're like, you know what? I'm just a piece of crap. Straightforward.
They want to throw me in jail. I'm like, fine, I got 3 hats and a cot. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, like, ooh, nice.
Yeah, at least I know not to cook supper tonight.
Nice. I'm eating on the county dime.
My big question is it Sloppy Joe night?
Ooh, Sloppy Joe night. Gotta have that. But have fun, bud.
Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, where were we? Anyway, I'm fat, right? So I ordered this tool. The plug in here, the adapter goes into the wall. There's no battery in this. That switch here, one right there, on off. The higher you go up, the faster this goes. Now, here are all the little deals getting it upside down. You get all the bits there. Each bit comes with a little roll of sandpaper. Now, I'm telling you this because I'm sitting on a futon bed. It's a sofa sleeper futon. It's at the right height where I can literally sit here, take this tool, have everything in here, turn it on, reach over, and grind everything down. Is it a pain in the ass? Yes. Does it save me on having to get down there, struggle with getting the nail clipper down, get clipping nails? Sometimes. But there's the days I get ingrown toenails because I can't do it. That and having chronic pain. What are you doing? I've got nerve damage in the back and hip area. Doctors are like, well, we can give you something to numb the pain, but you're going to end up living with that. They said we could do something to help you with the nerve damage surgically, but you're going to have more pain after we're done. That surgery is just going to screw you up worse than what you are now. So yeah, I just live with the pain I'm in. And yes, my whole setup is on my walker. I ended up having to use it after I wound up in the hospital back in 2019. Due to can't really say it was an unfortunate situation, but when you go in the hospital with a blood alcohol content of 0.27, with a bowel blockage, on top of a abdominal hernia that goes from the bottom right of your abdomen to the upper left-hand corner of your abdomen. On top of that, when you go in, you're septic, or straight up toxic, went septic, whatever they call it. Blood infection, intestines twisted up on each other, nothing passing through that. On top of that, like I said, I was drunk, and I didn't care whether or not I was alive or dead. That's how I was at the time. Now my attitude's changed a lot. I still need to take care of the drinking problem, but one day at a time, right? Doesn't fix itself overnight, And I'll hitch and go. Okay, we'll fix that later. So anyway, I bought this tool, right? Grind down the toenails like it's a spa treatment. Well, then you get Mom. She's at that point where brother and I take care of her a lot. There's things that she can do, but she's at that age where she needs a little bit more care than she would have 20 years ago. She needs a little bit more assistance. Dad isn't around. He died back in 2017. He can't do anything. He's sitting in Riverside Cemetery, sleeping. Well, anyway, I did that. So when she needs help getting her nails trimmed, sometimes she has the problem of She has her good and bad days. Days she can clip her nails, and other days, forget about it. She's she needs a little bit more assistance than usual. Well, there's times she lets her nails go to the point where they start, what you call it, they curl up or curl down to the point where to get a nail clipper under there, it gets very painful for her. You know, ingrown nails. That's what I was going to say. So I bought this so I could just take it and grind them down, save her on having pain. Just grind them down to the point where she can get a nail clipper and do her thing and on her way. Well, while I was at it, and this is going to be for another video, I bought a Dremel tool. What I want to do is, I do a lot of scrapping of electronics, other materials, aluminum, copper, well, tin shred to a degree. Well, let's just say a lot of ferrous and non-ferrous materials. And electronics is kind of something I get into. I jones over it, or, you know, it's my jam, you know. And I still got a lot to learn. I've been breaking down electronics for 10 years now, and I still have stuff to learn about it. I still can't figure out the per-field boards between that and some other boards some days. And the funny thing is, at my local yard that I sell e-waste to, if you bring them a per-field board, when they buy it from you, they're buying it as a low-grade board. They do not pay any more for a peripheral board than they do a low or mid-grade board. Mid and low-grade boards, peripheral boards, and you know how you get the CD, DVD drives that come out of like a desktop, laptop, whatever? Every single bit of that board, or them boards, every bit of board that's in there, to them is a low-grade board. But now if I send the main board out of that CD, DVD drive, if I take the main board and send it to board sort, that's $2.50 a pound. But locally, I get a quarter per pound for that because they look at it as low-grade board. It's how they operate. They send stuff like that into a company, that company refines it for precious metals and precious metals only. And then they'll take like lead and all that, separate it, recycle it, but they don't pay for lead, steel, and other stuff that may be attached to it. They strictly pay these guys on precious metal content. So these guys, hey, we're paying you a quarter per pound on this stuff, which I guess I'm not going to complain, because I can take the stuff in right away, get paid today, down the road I go, versus having to spend money to ship it into board sort or wherever it is I go. There's a company in southern Illinois that I can send to, but their prices are no different, really, than what I get by going 8 miles into North Dakota. If I go into Fargo, North Dakota, I get the same prices practically at that yard as the one in southern Illinois, and yet I'd have to pay for shipping, so I'm actually losing money on that whole ordeal. I just do it locally because sell it right away. Now this Dremel I'm ordering, it's sitting at the UPS center in Fargo, North Dakota. Has been since 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, 4:30. I'm sitting going, come on. I don't need it today, but I want it. And for the simple fact is, my local yard, I'll show you. These adapters, these plugs, I get a nickel a pound for these at my local yard. I just clip the end, the wire, clip that off, and I get a nickel a pound for them. Now, if I break these open, inside, there's probably, on this one, it'll probably be right about here. And there may or may not be a board back here. I don't know. But I know up here, in this section, there's going to be a transformer and an electrical board. Now, if I'm getting a nickel a pound, as is, why shouldn't I take something like this, break the case open, take that transformer out, separate the board from the transformer, sell the board for a quarter per pound, then sell the transformer for, I keep thinking the transformers are like 7 to 10 cents per pound. 7 cents a pound, I think. Well, if I'm getting a quarter per pound on top of an additional 7 cents a pound, why would I save this up for a nickel a pound? When I can sit here and save up plugs and then come wintertime, have wintertime work, breaking them open and separating. You know, to me it's just a money issue. Now, the other thing, and this is where I want your opinion on something here. Got out earlier, and a neighbor that lives in front of the trailer park, very first trailer, right? Throwing away a TV set. Cord was attached to it, so I took the cord, stripped out the insulation off of the outside to where you got the 2 wires, right? I've been stripping these wires down, which to me it's very easy to do because I got me my handy dandy wire stripper. I wondered what that was. Piece of plastic. Well, anyway, this here, if I would have left that insulation on the whole thing, I'm getting $1 a pound for wiring, $1.50 a pound, whatever the going rate is. Last I checked, it was $1 a pound. Well, why would I do that when I can take the wiring, the copper wiring, sell that? Well, depending on which yard I go to, it's either going to be $3.30 per pound for number 2 wiring, or $3.54 per pound for number 2. Depending on which one of the 2 yards I go to. The higher priced wire at the $3.54 per pound, that yard is further away. Well, they're currently not buying wiring due to they had a fire at the shop that took out the main building, and that's where they buy. How you doing?
I'm not bad. Just tell everybody what's up.
Well, you heard them, folks. What happening? Yo, 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 yo.
Let me speak on this.
Olale. Or is it oil of ole?
Yeah, oil of ole.
Instead of olale?
Yep. For all your 2,000 body parts. Have one.
I try.
Yep.
Saltlet. Brother and I were the Salty Assassins. He goes as the Saltlet. I go as the Salty Dog. Mama goes as Salty Mama. We got this whole salty thing going on. Remember wrestling back in the day if you watched it? WWE, WCW. Back in the day, they had the NWO. Hulk Hogan turned into a heel. Started up the NWO with New World Order. That whole thing. Well, for us, we kind of spun that off as though we pretend like it's a wrestling group that, well, I don't know if we were in wrestling, we'd call ourselves the Salty Assassins. Well, I've had the nickname Salty Dog for 22 years now. And it spun off from there. Had the whole idea if we were wrestlers, that's the tag team we'd be. So that's why we started the YouTube channel Salty Assassins. Because that's a spin-off of the whole joke we had if we were wrestlers, you know. Anyway, the copper wire in this. Can't sell it to the 1 yard because their scale in the non-ferrous area is shut down. the building, the main building, that where they buy non-ferrous, went up in a fire. So I have to go to my other yard, which is closer to home, and get $3.30 per pound right now for number 2 Kappa. And I'm happy with that, because if I go to the yard that's really close to home, I get $2.99 a pound for that number 2 copper. Now, the question at hand is, I've got that TV sitting in the back seat of my Explorer, behind the driver's seat. Would you all rather I break it down, not show you a single thing, and then just recycle that metal and done with it, or the materials such as boards, metal, wiring, what have you? Or B, would you rather I pull up my other I got a chair over here that's pretty well shot. Would you rather I pull that up, get everything set up, and do a YouTube video and showing the breakdown of I keep thinking it's a 13-inch TV. I may be off on that. I keep thinking it's 13-inch. But it's a flat screen TV. Would you want to see the teardown of that TV and get a good view of how a TV is built, what it looks like, what have you, where the components lay, everything? I don't mind doing it, but I'd hate to do it if nobody's interested. If you're all interested, I'm sure as hell happy to do it for you. I know one person told me that if I ever get another one, he would like to see it. So, I know for a fact I'm paranoid because of Yahoo neighbors. Anyway, I keep thinking, was it you, John, that wanted to see that with the TV teardown? Maybe I'm wrong about that. If I am, I don't mean to throw you in the fire on that one. But I keep thinking it was either you or somebody else that I know that wanted to see a TV breakdown. And I hate bringing you up into it because I don't remember who it was that brought it up, but it was, I don't know, I think it was either December or January when it was brought up to me, because I had one. I had a TV and a computer monitor that was both flat screen, and I broke them down and never recorded it. Either way, I'll have to think long and hard on that. But the Dremel tool, I do want to use that and break open the cases on the little adapters I showed you. And if it pays off, I'm going to be happy. If not, I'll just keep the Dremel and use it for other things that I want to do. Okay, so I got all that out of the way, right? Damn neighbors that live next door haven't lived there in close to 3 months. It's a trailer park, right? They always talk they're going to move. They're paying rent on a site that they don't live on. 3 months. Their rent is $430 a month. Because, and they own the place, whatnot. We rent this mobile home and the land it sits on for $675. It's $675 a month because we rent the trailer and land. Now they attached it to where you pay for your own water sewer, which lately we've been getting by for $12 a month for water sewer. But yet our garbage bin and recycle bin we pay for, but it's through our rent. We don't pay that out of pocket to the city. the trailer park pays for that, and we end up reimbursing the trailer park on that through our rent, if that makes sense. So, the problem at hand, they're keeping their yard, house, everything looking like Sanford and Sons, right? Let's just say critters are showing up that don't need to be there. We found just tonight there is stuff that's starting to happen here because of there that shouldn't be. We're finding certain things, or let's just say certain things, little critters from there. We never had a problem here until they started their crap. So I'm sitting back paranoid, looking around, going, what's going to pop up next? Brother and I had to chase out 3 little freaking critters earlier because of that. And yet we can't say a freaking word because their mama, and well, the gal that lives there, her mama is the on-site manager. So if we go say something, it falls on deaf ears. And the owners of the property just don't care. Their attitude is pay your rent and shut up. So I'm in a spot where we want to move, don't have the money to move, and the place we can go to is $160,000. I'm self-employed, y'all. Brother may be out of a job come Monday. Mom's retired and gets a Social Security check. And if it wasn't for her, brother and I'd be living out in the street for 2 damn years now. She's putting us up. She doesn't want us living out of a vehicle. She's trying to get us to be independent again, which I can't be because nobody wants to hire me. Just a sec.
Don't worry about it, man.
Brother thought I was talking to him and calling him. All I'm doing is working myself up into a stroke and heart attack. I can't get a W-2 job because, let's just say, nobody wants to hire a 500-pound man that has nerve damage and back pain and can't stand for long periods of time. I'm trying to get into an office job if I can, but then they're telling me you don't have the skills to pay the bills. You ever try going through schooling before you come here and apply? We're not going to train you. Well, thanks a lot. If it weren't for brother, he wound up getting a bunch of overtime one time, handed me some money. And this was back in September. He knew that I wanted to get in the antique store. It's Antiques, Repurpose, and More. I had a bunch of jewelry I could sell. He said, well, if you got the jewelry, I'll front you the money. You pay me back when you can. And he says, even then, I don't care if I see the $25, because he said, I'll catch you on something later. And he ended up getting his money back and then some. Now I'm trying to build on that. What money I earn off of that. I can't make myself float. Not unless I jump in a lake and sit there and freaking do a free willy. I can't make freaking... If I earn $150 a month, $25 that's going towards rent. How do I pay for my bills and all that off of $125 a month? And that's where I'm scrapping and everything else to make stuff float. And this way I can pay bills, support myself. Anyway, I'm just going off and getting pissed off for no damn reason. And that's why earlier I was talking to... I don't really want to get into where or how, but, you know, I need ideas on how I can pull more money in. On top of that, brother and I don't think Mom's going to live through the year. Which if that's the case, we're living out of the frickin' Explorer. Freaking pisses me off. Can't win for nothing. Yeah, it is a bit of a rant session. And yes, this does get me to speak on stuff that I normally wouldn't. Rant a little bit more than I should. Some days I have to do it. Anyway, the video is too long. I may do something on the with the Dremel in the next week, whatever, few days, depending on how I feel with doing another video. But anyway, more than likely I'll do a TV set breakdown and show you the internal parts, what have you, show how they do it, how it's made, so to speak. In my case, how it's recycled. Then there was one other thing I was going to talk to you all about. I guess it can't be that important. Can't be that important if I don't remember. Anyway, I don't know, that'll be another subject for another time. This video's gone on way too long, y'all. So, see you around.